Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Brakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Brakah Kodash. And this little lesson here going into is this word is like a flood. You cannot say you didn't hear it. Alright, Israel? Or they can't say or they didn't hear this word. This word is on the four corners of the earth. You know, it coming like a flood already. But yet still, they don't want to turn back to the Lord. And the Lord's name is Yahweh in the Hebrew tongue. Not God, not Yahweh. His name is Yahweh. And his son's name, who the world is ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his name is Yahushai. Alright? Whether you want to hear or forbear, whether you want to take heed or not, just understand that this word that we're preaching out here, alright, and these names are the real biblical names of the Lord. Alright? That's the real biblical names of the Lord. Not what you all preaching and your pastor preaching GC and you know these other Chinese God and Indian God and all that nonsense. Alright? Now let me get into the lesson here. This is the book of Romans 10 and 14. It reads, "How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?" So you're calling upon all these different false names. Alright? Or they don't know the name of Yahweh Hashem, or they don't know the name of the Lord Salakia. Alright? And as we just always saying in our videos or in the highways and byways, is always say the Lord's name. But yet still all they're hard-headed and all they don't want to take heed and say, hey, yeah, these brothers and them speaking the truth. It says here, "And how shall they believe in him for whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear? And how shall they hear without a preacher?" Alright? And that preacher is what? Is the man of the Lord who outside on the highways and byways who doing these kind of videos. The real church is outside on the highways and byways. You ain't go get them in the building. That is not a church. The Lord will dwell in these places. You can't build no building, no church, you know, with wood and stone and them kind of thing to try to fit Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in. You can't do that. The Lord created the heaven and the earth. Alright? I have a scripture going into that, but that's for the matter, for the sake of time. Alright? In another video I will bring it out. Alright, so how you will hear this word without a preacher? Alright? The Lord brought us forth. Back then we were there, and now we are in the last days right now. As all you understand that we are in the last days, this is the time that you're seeing the men of the Lord sighing and crying, you know, calling upon the Lord's name, asking the Lord to come quickly. Verse 15, "And how shall they preach except they be sent?" You know? And who sent them? Who sent the men of the Lord? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. As it is written, "How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace." So although sometimes you might find we preaching rough and whatnot, you know, at the end of the day, as the scripture said, that's roughly paraphrasing, you might be rude in speech, but not according to knowledge. Alright? And it says here, and bring glad tidings of good things. Alright? So we bring this gospel, we bring this word. And the gospel is what? The gospel is actually the good word. So for some out there, it will sound like harsh, you know, but the Lord told us to cry aloud and spare not. Alright? And one of the reasons why it is I had this little picture here, you know, the word is like the water. Alright? The trees represent the people. And this word is drowning out this world right now. Everyone is hearing this word. Whether he is a heathen or whether he is a Hebrew Israelite, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you're going to hear this word before the coming of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright? Because this is his movie. These things have to happen this way. Alright? We just bringing across the preview. Alright? Of what is there to come. And for all you to turn back from all your wicked ways. This is verse 16. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. Alright? And who is those people who then obey the gospel? The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The Hebrew Israelites. Alright? You all who hard-headed, or who stiff-necked, who foolish, who want to live in the house of mirth, you know, who want to dwell in that way of thinking, partying and reveling and enjoying all yourself all the time, thinking that, you know, all you're going to be continuing living, all you're going to see all your grandchildren, all you're going to see all these different things. No, the Lord is coming back soon. You understand? The Lord is coming back soon, and that might be the way how things going. It might be next year, next 2 years, next few months. Hey, the MOTB is almost here. You understand? They're pushing that agenda right now to give out that MOTB. World War III is almost there to basically start right after. All these things are coming. All these different things from the scriptures is coming to pass. But yet still only want to live in the house of mirth. You understand? For Isaiah said, Lord, who has believed our report? Alright? The 2/3 of them don't want to believe this word. As a matter of fact, they cannot believe it because why? The Lord didn't put that spirit upon them to understand this word. Alright? They didn't get that understanding. At the end of the day, it have to have elect, and it have to have 2/3 of Israel. And the 2/3 of Israel is not going to hear this word. They're going to hear it, but they're not going to abide by it. They're not going to acknowledge it. Alright? We have scripture here. This is the book of Amos 3 and 7. It reads, Surely the Lord thy power will do nothing but revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Alright, so it's only the prophets going to understand this word and is going to preach this word unto the rest of the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know, it's only that will happen because at the end of the day, we all were We all were, yes, we all were out in the world. We were part of the world back then. Alright, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, as the scriptures say, just roughly paraphrasing, my sheep hear my voice. When that word come out, alright, when that word that came out, a lot of us had got this word, that hear the Lord voice. And how we heard the Lord voice? Through the prophets, as we read in the scriptures earlier on in the book of Romans. Alright, the Lord speak through his servants, the prophets. Alright, that is how the Lord speaks. So whether all you want to hear or forbear, or whether all you want to lash out at us and say, we don't know what we're saying, all you're not hating us, all you're hating Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You understand? But let's get that scripture real quick. Alright, there's the book of John 15 and 18. It reads, if the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Alright, so you see in this in the red letter here, this is Yahushua speaking, who the world is ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Alright, it says here verse 19, if ye were of the world, which we are not of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, you understand? So we are not of the world. Alright, we got called out of the world and we got brought into this truth. But it says here, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. You understand? So all they hated Yahushai. So when it is all they come against us as the men of the Lord, all they just already think carnally. Alright? All they don't think carnally like Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Alright, the top banking families always think like them. They think carnally. They don't think spiritually. You understand? Once you come out of that worldly way of thinking, everything is spiritually. We look at everything else spiritually. You understand? Everything have a meaning. This truth is a beautiful thing. As the scripture said, the truth shall set you free. Alright? Let's get a scripture here. I'll close it off just now. There's the book of Hosea 4 and 6. It reads, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. The 2/3, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians. You understand? You all are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Why? Because they don't want to hearken on to this word. You understand? As I say, this word is like a flood right now. It's all around you. It hitting four corners of the earth. And every one of all is hearing it. But yet still all they don't want to hearken on to the word. That's why the scriptures say here, Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. You understand? So the Lord will turn his back on all here. He will hide his face. And that's what he did. Why? Because we went against his laws, statutes, and commandments. But now in this time now, a lot of us are waking up. And this is a beautiful thing to wake back up. You don't want to be forever sleeping. You want to be able to make it in the kingdom of heaven. In that first go around. Lord willing, I make it there, and Lord willing, the sincere Akim that I know of, they also make it there, and the apostles of the great millstone also, under that umbrella. Alright? This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 3 and 14. It says here, and if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man, and have no company with him. Alright? So we're not to be friending, and hanging around these kind of people, these two-thirds out there, these people of the world. Yes, we had to work around them and whatnot, but we had to be more circumspect. We had to be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. You had to use wisdom. Alright? Yes, we in the world, we living in the world, but we cannot abuse the world. Alright? Because it have things out there we had to use, we had to work, we had to do all these different things. Alright? Some people might want to be over righteous. Alright? But we can't be over righteous at the same time. We had to have it as a balance. Alright? It says here, and if any man obey not our word by this epistle, alright, you're not believing the word that we preaching, note that man and have no company with him, alright, that he may be ashamed, yet count him not as an enemy, but admonish him as a brother. You understand? So that's going into that word there is basically rebuking that brother, and rebuke is what? Rebuke is love. You understand? Rebuke is love. So when we preach in this word with truth and sincerity and telling all to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, alright? We telling all to continue, we telling all to turn back from all your wicked ways and come back to learning the law, statutes and commandments. That is how you show that you love Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright, that's how you show that you love Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Now this will be my last precept here. This is the book of 2 John 1 and 6. Let me see what love is. It says here, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. You understand? We walk after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. You understand? So we have to walk in that way of thinking. We have to come out of that worldly way of thinking. We have to be more circumspect. Alright? Just remember, this word is all over. All you hear in this word. All you hear in this word on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all them other social medias, all you know of, all you hear it on the highways and byways. All it is even hear people bad talking us in all their own churches, all the so-called church. Alright? So again, turn back, Israel, turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, turn back, or else Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to render vengeance on all their head. Shalom.